Morning, guys. It is Monday, and we're gonna get this Silverado tailgate wrapped up today. On Friday we got it primed, and now it's ready to go here. It's been blocked out, and the bodywork looks good. I just got done wiping it down. We had the little spot of actual filler work there and up there. And I'm going to throw a coat of sealer on this and see where it ends up. It all looks like it'll be fine, but you never can tell. As you can see, it's suspended from some pretty heavy gauge mechanics wire there, from a hook I have in the ceiling, and then from a ladder. Got it wired up, but the ladder wasn't heavy enough to sustain it, so I've got 2 cinder blocks on the ladder to stabilize that. I'm out of hooks. I need to put a couple more hooks in the ceiling so I can hang stuff like this, but that's where we're at for right now. Kind of waiting for it to warm up in here. It's about 11 o'clock in the morning, and we're hovering right under 70 in here. So I've got the exhaust you can hear in the background. The fan's drawing the warm air from outside in. This shop tends to stay pretty cold in the summer. Humidity's up in here because we're closed all over the weekend, so we're going to let that do its thing there and get it a little warmer in here. I'd like it to be about 75 if I could. Warmer would be a little better, but I can live with 75 considering what I paint in the wintertime. So while we're waiting for that, we're going to mix up a little 127 sealer here and get this show on the road. So we got that kind right there. That's a 4-to-1 magic sealer. We're going to throw some of that down. Probably 1 coat, but maybe 2. A lot of times if you got something that's a little out of whack and you hit it with a second coat, it'll hide it enough to proceed. So I hope everybody had a good weekend. Alright, I'll get this mixed up here. This particular cup here is a disposable type. That's a SATA RPS cup that has the quick coupler on it. Just screws into the top of the 3000 SATA gun or any of them with the quick change cup threads in it. Something like this here. Just put it in, and that's about it. That's the lid for that cup. You guys that watch me know pretty much what we got here, so I won't get too worried about the situation. Just get her done. So this 127 is the dark gray sealer, which is pretty much a charcoal, almost black, not quite though. I've already stirred it and shaken the bejesus out of it this morning, so she's ready to go. And this is a like any sealer, it's a rock and roll coat. You don't mess around spraying slow unless you're a serious distance away, or you'll put a run in it. So this, I think, we'll let's see what we got here. Since these are SATA cups, they're graduated in milliliters and not. Well, there is an ounce mark on there. I think we're going to mix probably somewhere in the 4 ounce to 5 ounce mark here and see where that gets us. Shouldn't take too much. Now these, you notice I'm not straining this material, putting it into the cup. These lids have a little sieve inside of them to strain. Sometimes I strain it, sometimes I don't. while since we've done any paint videos, so hopefully I still got the knack here. Been sort of unfortunate. The temperatures have been fairly low around here, so I don't have the heart to fire up a heater inside the shop in the middle of August. Just seems like it would be sort of pointless when I can draw the warm air in from outside. Now this sealer does not require a reducer. I suppose you could use a little, but I have never found a reason to use it. I've been able to spray this sealer through a 1.0 tip and a touch-up gun, and it has no problems coming out. So without further ado, let's do this thing. Find a mask here and get rocking and rolling. And hope I mixed enough. Now, if I'd have been smarter this morning, I wouldn't have wet sanded this. I would have dry sanded it. It took me forever to get all the water out of it. So keep that in mind when you're doing a panel like this. guys, I am going to second coat that front. The back will be good to go. So I'll mix up a little bit more and we'll bring you back when it's paint time. See ya. Okay guys, base coat time on this tailgate. I had to put 2 coats of sealer on it, which hit that spot beautifully. The one in the corner looked a little funky, so I took a piece of 600 over it real quick and wiped it down. And we're going to put a light coat of base on it here to start with. A lot of times with dark colors, if you put it on medium or a little heavier than that on your first coat, they'll fisheye on you. So go a little bit lighter than you normally would on your first coat. That's just my 2 cents, because I've had it fisheye on me before, even when the panel's perfectly clean. We're going to shoot. Now that we've cleaned the SATA 3000 HVLP up, this is the base coat gun. We're going to shoot with that. I've got a PPS cup on it so that I can shoot at all angles. So we're going to get to it here. And by we, I mean me. I shoot at about 22, 23 PSI for the base coat on this gun. I may find that I'll need to adjust it, but black is typically not a really thick color, so you don't need the extra air. All you do is end up with a ton of overspray, which we're going to have plenty of that to begin with. So I've wiped it down with a tack cloth and blew it off once. I'll give it a little half trigger and just blow some air over the whole thing real quick to make sure that I've got any other dust off. It's going to get dirt in it. The shop is dirty. I'll probably start on the back side and cut in all those edges first and paint the back. So if I get overspray from painting the front on the back, I don't care. It's got a bed liner cover that goes on it. You won't notice it. It's just that the base coat won't stay wet that long. So first thing I'm going to do is turn this upside down and purge it. Pull the air out of the cup, and also as that cup gets warmer, that material will expand, and if you pull it, you'll get a burst of paint out of it. So you got to watch with these. Going from a cooler temperature and then letting it sit and it warms up, it will expand that cup because it's not vented. By the way, when you're cutting in small areas, I'm the kind of guy who doesn't do a full trigger pull. I'll just pull enough and let enough paint out to get the job done. And I bring you around the back, but that means rolling the light around. You get the idea. Alright guys, we're back. Tailgate took like 4 coats of base. I had some scratches surfaced that I wasn't anticipating that I had to address. But that's all done now. It's all covered. I'll give you guys a quick peek. We're getting ready to mix some clear here. But it looks kind of funky. The fluorescent lights are making it look light and dark, but we got coverage. There's a little bit of trash in it, but nothing major. We're going to use the AG40 clear that I was talking about earlier, which is a 2-to-1 mix. So we use the 2-to-1 column on the mixing cup here. I've already got the clear in it. We're going to mix a small batch to start with because I've never sprayed this clear, and I'm not quite sure how far it's going to go. So I like these cans with the pull-out spouts. Those are pretty sweet. Okay, got hardener in, and hopefully we don't run into any situations here where this stuff doesn't want to kick off. It's about 75 in the shop, maybe a little less. And we're going to shoot that with the Iwata LPH 400 1.3 tip. And we're going to play with pressure a little bit on it and see what I like, but I'm going to start at about 16 to 18. That is max pressure on that gun, but sometimes you need a little bit more air to get what you need done, sometimes less, but you can definitely tell the viscosity of this 2-to-1 product is a little bit thicker than a normal clear, but what I've been told is this stuff likes to flow, which means if you put it on too crazy, it'll be on the floor. So let's try not to do that today. Already had enough problems with this simple little tailgate job. I'd like to not make a mess out of it. And since it's hanging, it will not be a horizontal surface, which means it'll run that much easier. And unlike the base coat, I will strain this even though there's a strainer in the PPS liner, just to make sure everything's copacetic. And I'm thinking I'm going to need just a little bit more than what I mixed, but that should get me round 1, and I'll see what I have left. Like I said, this is going to be a learning experience for me and viewer alike, since I've never used this before. I don't foresee any major problems, but I've been wrong before. In fact, I'm wrong quite frequently when it comes to this sort of thing. Alrighty. Now I'm probably going to spray the back side of this first to dial the gun in, since it's not so detrimental to the appearance. And we have light around here, so we can put some light on the subject. Earlier I made the mistake wheeling that light around. I hit one of my wires that was holding the tailgate. Double check that we're solid here, we're not moving around. Now I could tack this off, but we're just going to give it a quick blow off with the air coming from the gun. I've got a nice fan there. Let's see what happens. Just cut the tails off it a little bit. Alright, we'll let that flash for about 15 minutes here and give it a check and see what's going on. And we'll come back and put a second coat and show you what we got. See ya. Okay guys, I put 3 coats of clear on the front of this tailgate. The back side I just put 2 on it. I had some trash in this front side after that first coat, so in order to curtail my own aggravation, I just put the camera back on the charger and finished it up here, so I apologize for that, but you get the idea. You've seen me do it before. So that's what we got, nice and shiny. It's peely, but that's of my own fault for sure. That was partially because of the first coat of sealer that I put on this side wasn't perfectly flat, and if I wasn't in a hurry I probably would have sanded all that sealer with 600 after I was done, but I didn't. And then I got a little texture in the base. I was having some issues with this side. The other side turned out fine. Of course it's the side that's covered up, but yeah, it's going to be hard to see that without moving the camera or moving the light, but this is nice and slick. This didn't really have any texture to it at all before I started clearing it, so keep that in mind. If you get your base on nice and slick, makes it a lot easier to get the clear on nice and slick. But this one isn't bad. There's not a lot of trash in it, but there's enough in it. You know, I'm painting on a dirty floor. What do you expect? So, so far so good. I let this flash probably 15 to 18 minutes a coat. Never having used it before, so I might have let it go a little less time and had a little bit better results. But I did the finger test. You know, you pick, like we have a protector that goes above this style line here, and I was touching it there and make sure it wasn't stringing. And if I pressed a little, I'd get some cobwebs, but if I tapped it lightly with a gloved hand, not a bare finger, it would work just fine, and it didn't transfer onto the glove. So no cliffhangers that I'm aware of yet. But you can see the reflection of the light. I mean, it's a little peely, but I went ahead and just absolutely pounded the second coat on here and the third coat. The first coat on the front of this gate was too peely. I should have laid it on heavier, but I was scared to death to run it on the front side of this gate, and that was probably my mistake, you know, in combination with a little bit of texture on the rest of it. So that's a finished product on this. I'll do a D-nib on this and cut it a little bit later in the week. If I've got time, I'll video that for you. Otherwise, this will be finished product on this, possibly. Maybe I'll bring you back when I'm putting the guts back in it and putting it on the truck. But got other things to do this week, so hope everybody's doing good, and we will catch you guys later.